Good day everyone, welcome to the actual walkthrough and comparison of my app SketchPro versus PicsArt. So firstly, let's get into the actual system description. So as you can see, we have our menu on the top left, we have our camera icon on the top right, then at the bottom we have our tools, we have the paint bucket tool, the pen tool, the magic eraser tool, we have our whole color selection bar, we have the paint tool, we have our magnifying tool, the eraser tool, the text tool, and there will be many more. So some tasks that the users may actually perform. Our major task would be to actually take a photo of your face or an object and allowing the AI to actually draw out a sketch of whatever you took a picture of within seconds. That I would say is our main feature of this app, and it will be a major selling point because as of now there are no other apps that has the ability to do that type of feature. The other task that you will be able to do is import any other picture that you want. You don't necessarily need to take a picture. You can actually go into your camera roll or any cloud service that you have, whether it's Google Drive, OneDrive, anything you have, you can go import an image from there into our application and you can start editing as freely as possible using our wide variety of tools. So some steps to actually complete each task. For task 1, you can open the camera app. Once you have done that, you can adjust your focus, you can adjust your lighting, you can adjust your contrast, you can actually adjust a lot of different settings to your liking. You can even set up some studio lights or even just a lamp or some sort of lighting to get a more professional look with it. Once you have taken the picture, the AI will automatically draw it out, and once it's finished, within 10 seconds or less, you will be able to have complete freedom and edit that picture as much as you want. From color grading to actually coloring to changing the drawing a little. You can even erase parts that you don't like, you can add parts that you want. There's a wide variety of creativity that this app brings out. For our second task, you can actually open a new project. You can import a picture from your camera roll or any cloud service you have. Once you have done that and it's loading into your actual canvas, you can use any of the tools that we have to edit that picture. The app actually analyzes the entire picture and sees every separate thing. So if there's something in that picture, whether big or small, you can actually go, zoom in, erase it, you can actually just change it, you can clone it, you can mirror it, you can do anything you want. The creativity is endless. Once you have done that, there are options where you can manually save. But in an event where your phone crashes or your battery dies or something like that, there is an autosave feature. Now you can actually go in the settings of this app and change the autosave feature to your liking, whether it's 30 seconds, whether it's every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on. You can change it to your liking as well as manually saving whenever you want to. Once you have done all those things and you are satisfied with how it looks, you can just go and export it and it will save where you choose it to be, whether it's in your camera roll or into your cloud service. So the main uses of this app is for everyone. This app has no age limit. It is for everyone, not only targeted towards artists, but just for the normal person who just wants to edit a picture to post on their social media, to post anywhere, or even to do a school project. This app is more than capable and easy enough to understand for anyone to use. From the feedback from our survey, there were some users who were concerned that they would have to pay to use extra tools. There was also a person who was concerned that the application would be collecting biodata on them. Users will have full control of all privacy settings, to all settings, to all the saving locations. You have all control of your account settings, you have control of all your backup cloud services settings, you have control of everything and many more. Many users who have heard the idea of this app really love it and cannot wait to see it. They cannot wait to use it. So the observation and documentation of task 1 for our app SketchPro. For task 1, we had an interviewee who filled out the survey download the actual application to try it out. When the interviewee opened the application, they decided to watch the full tutorial on how to use the app in order to have a basic understanding on what's going on. Once he was finished, he actually commented on how easy it was to understand and how easy it was to actually use the application, as everything is labeled out for you, everything is just laid right in front of you, and everything has a description. So if you get lost, you can watch the tutorials and you will be able to fully understand what's going on. So once the person had a full grasp on everything, the person was able to actually open the camera app, adjust the settings to their liking, and took the picture. Within less than 10 seconds, the picture actually drew itself into an actual drawing. The person was very amazed of how quick and accurate the actual AI processed it. Observation and documentation of task 2. So for this task, we had another interviewee download the app to test out the tools and other features. The person wanted to know if they needed to make an account in order to use the app, and you did not. You did not have to make an account to use the application. The account is optional if you want to, but it's not necessary. Then we had them take an actual photo from their cloud or their camera roll and import it into the actual application. Once they did that, they were able to use the tools to actually edit their picture. The first thing that they tried was the pointer tool. When they actually used the pointer tool, they were amazed of how accurate it was. From there, they started using the other tools and they just kept getting shocked because they could not believe of how accurate these tools were on the device itself. They were just satisfied of how accurate it was and then decided to move on to many more tools. They tried and they could not stop. They just wanted to continue because they were just amazed on it. So once they were finished fiddling around with the tools, then they started getting into more features. They started to realize that not only that they could have done the edit, there are a lot of presets that they could have used as well. They have from a cartoon filter, there's a realistic filter, there's even a drawing filter for images that are real life and you wanted a drawing. You can use a filter for that as well. You have animated filters and many more. The interviewee tried all of them and stated that it was very cool to use, it was very amazing, it was very accurate as well. It didn't have any kind of blurring or edging or any harsh feathering at the end. It was all very accurate. Then afterwards, they were able to use the text tool. Now, from using the text tool, they were amazed again because you were able to change a lot of the settings of the actual text tool right there in the app. From the size of your fonts to the actual fonts, you can change the type of fonts, example, italics, bold, italic, bold. You can change all those things. And even if you wanted a new font, you can use the app's integrated fonts list there. We have a lot of fonts there. And even if there's a specific font that you want, you can actually search it up on the app itself. The app will go look for the font and download it instantly right there, and you're able to have the access to all those fonts that you want. Overall, the interviewee was very pleased with what the person saw. They were very happy that it was very easy to use, it was very friendly. It allowed them to express their creativity while using their app. So now the observation and documentation for task 1 using PicsArt. Now the two interviewees used different aspects of our app and were both pleased. After projects are saved on PicsArt, you are unable to save them, which is very inconvenient for people who would like to save their artwork after they are finished with it. You are also required to pay for premium plans where you will have access to certain features once you pay for them. A lot of users have actually complained about bugs in their actual app, in the actual PicsArt application, and were very discouraged from using it because of those said bugs. PicsArt has also blocked users from taking screenshots of their application or anything that you're doing on the app. The observation and documentation for task 2 using PicsArt. While going through the interviews on the app, while it gets a fair rating of 4 stars, many people have stated that PicsArt takes up a lot of space. It doesn't provide enough free tools, most of the advanced features are paid for. You need to pay in order to get those advanced features. The background remover does not remove the background properly 9 out of 10 times, and it's not exactly accurate to the point where you can see that every detail towards it. Overall, people do like PicsArt. However, there are certain things about the app that just discourage them from actually using it, from the bugs from the app to the actual premium plans that you need to pay in order to use tools that actually are vital to making an edit. The free tools are just too basic and do not have the flexibility and limits your creativity, and that is why it just discourages people from actually using this application or actually wanting to use the application. So here's a little comparison of the logo for PicsArt and as a comparison of the logo for our app SketchPro. Now we have SketchPro versus PicsArt. Firstly, we will do SketchPro. SketchPro is free. It has the ability to scan your face. It sketches it out in seconds. The app itself is less than 3 megabytes. You have unlimited access to all the tools. It does not require you to make an account to create. It is completely optional. We have a very precise point to location. Every single thing you do, whether it's with your finger, a pen, a stylus, anything like that, it will be very accurate. Our app also has a tutorial guide. So if you're unsure of how to do something, there's a tutorial guide in the beginning so you can actually see on how to use everything. And once you have watched it and you have completed it, you will realize how easy how easy it is to actually use the application itself. Our application also has a very precise background remover. All you have to do is just highlight where you want to be removed and click the button and it's completely removed. And then another thing is that our projects are accessible all the time. It's frequently backed up through autosave. You can manually save it and you can open apps. Even if you transfer to another device, you can open them very easily, very securely. Now onto PicsArt. You have to pay to access premium tools. It has many bugs. It takes up a lot of storage. It has an inaccurate background remover. It can't gain access to art after saved. So once you have saved it, you can't gain access to it afterward. It doesn't have the ability to scan your face and make a sketch of it. An account is actually necessary in order for you to use the application. It's just lacking in the actual criteria that people just want to use the application. It does not allow screenshots to be taken. They always have the same tools and the same artwork all the time. There are no upgrades, there are no flexibilities or anything like that. The smooth feature of the application itself, it malfunctions from time to time. And the PicsArt, because it has a lot of these bugs, it actually causes your device to glitch out. Especially if you do not have a very powerful device, it will just make it race for you. So our report summary. Even though this app is basic and straightforward, some users may actually underestimate the dangers that viruses and bugs may have an effect on your device. Both products are usable in comparison, but the present one needs a lot of work, which is why we made our app. When you compare the two, you can see both applications actually had a lot of input to make and to ensure that their users were happy. The other app was not able to quickly fix or update the actual application from all the complaints and problems that they were getting. So in conclusion, our app SketchPro is way much safer, way much more storage efficient for everyone to use, and they will be able to complete their task without having the struggle of actually worrying about viruses, bugs, or being too complicated or buying any type of tools. Everything is accessible there for you, and you can just work with your entire creativity locked, and you will have an actual fun time editing on this application. So things that I've actually learned from this assignment, I've learned that it is important to actually get feedback on whatever product you are doing. That said feedback would be able to help you improve on your actual product. Whether they like this feature, or they don't like this feature, you will now have that knowledge and that information to make your application or product even better than before. So for our app SketchPro, we have added everything that was missing in an existing app so that it would become the best user-friendly app there is on the market. And by this, there are many apps that can do all the basic needs of actual graphic designers or just normal users. There are many basic apps. However, what differentiates SketchPro to those apps is that our app comes with way more features that are not accessible on devices such as our phones or tablets. We have implemented AI systems where they can help help the users do all their workflow very comfortably and have a good time and be happy while editing and enjoying themselves while doing it. So some opinions on both of the models. The existing app is not very storage efficient and has many bugs while using it. And so far, we don't have any complaints of our application Sketch Pro, as everything at the moment works very well. Thank you everyone. This is now the end of our actual comparison between Sketch Pro and PicsArt. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this information was insightful, and I look forward for you all to be downloading and enjoying our application.